the key to harmony.
Good day and welcome back to Health Focus with Value Life Dietitians, your go-to space for health, wellness and everything in between. My name is Yolinda Dippenaar, a registered dietitian with Value Life Centurion. Today we're talking about a topic that we all can relate to, and that is finding your place in the world of fitness. It's not just how you move and what you eat, but how you look to yourself and how you look after yourself, body, soul and spirit. I'm excited to be joined here today by Esther. She is a personal trainer and life coach, and she's going to help us to see the relationship between fitness and belonging. Welcome to Health Focus, Esther.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me here today.
Tell me, why do you believe that it is important to create a fitness space where every body feels welcome, not just the fit ones?
I want to take you back to my own journey first. As a personal trainer, I started out fit, in shape. Children came, I became out of shape, fit, out of shape, unfit, and fit or in shape, unfit. And I know how it feels like to go through each of those stages of your life. As a young personal trainer, I judged people very quickly because of them being out of shape. Meantime, the out of shape person cycled to PE, for example, and I didn't know that. So judgment came there. And you know what? As an overweight person, you see the judgment on people's faces, whether you like it or not. So for me as a personal trainer, it was very important to create a safe space for somebody where they can thrive and grow. Because when we create a safe space and we value them, we allow growth and we allow them to thrive. But when we judge people, we exclude them in a way, and that's where they feel even more shame and guilt. It's not as if they already walk with shame and guilt already because of that. And the media is not really helping as well. The whole fitness or nutritional industry has sexualized the way that somebody needs to look. But God came and He made us so unique. And many times you have to not just know the person, but you have to know their story as well.
Yes, the story tells everything.
Exactly. So for me, it's create safe spaces where people can thrive and grow.
A lot of people struggle with this. What would you say to someone that is afraid to start moving because of how they feel or look right now?
I think very important is to know that movement should be for enhancement and not to fix flaws. Okay, so that's very important. And the beauty of everything is that God is inviting us to wholeness in movement and not perfection. So come as, God invites us, come as you are. But He doesn't want to leave us the way we are. So it's small little steps, one step at a time, and that's why it's so important to have somebody to guide you along the way. There's a lot of information on the internet on how you can start moving little steps at a time. But if we start realizing that exercise is to enhance movement, it becomes so much easier to take that first little step. You already move every day by walking. You get out of bed, you stand up, you're actually doing a squat, basically. You go sit down in a chair, you're already doing another squat. So why not do 2 squats, So it's small little things that you can start off with to enhance your movement, yes. So you don't need this big, scary exercise program to start moving, yes.
Because it's the small little steps that we have to take. Every little step will help eventually with your whole wellness journey.
Absolutely.
How can fitness professionals or community leaders help people to shift their focus from how they look and the image to actually just well-being?
So the first thing that I would do as a fitness professional is, why don't we change the way we speak? In other words, instead of focusing on get that summer body, let's focus on get a stronger body for life. The other thing is, why don't we celebrate progress and rather avoid perfection? Because if we look at the adverts, everything is about perfection. And my build and your build, even if we are at goal weight, is going to look much, much different from one another. Then again, the other thing that we can also look at, instead of saying, oh, you've lost so many kilograms and so many centimeters, even though it's very important in your journey to optimal health and wellness, you would also want to measure, like, I started exercising, suddenly I've got more energy. My joy is back because I've got all these endorphins moving through my body because, we know what the benefits of exercise is for mental health. We think about sleep. You're going to sleep better. Your mobility is going to improve because we know as you grow older as well, or depending on your lifestyle, if you don't move for enhancement, how will you be able to move when you're 5 years later down the line with stiff joints and so forth?
Yeah. I know that when you get older, if you maybe go on a lot of fad diets now, you lose muscle mass, not really fat. And then when you get older, you don't have the muscle mass to actually sustain you, and then you are very weak. Yes. So that is important, again, with not looking the way that they want you to look, but to actually focus on building the muscle, doing the exercise to actually just build that muscle, not lose the muscle mass.
Absolutely.
And then I hear you talk a lot about the positive mindset. I think that what the world outside there tells us is almost a lie. If you don't look like this, you are not good enough.
Exactly.
So that is the positive mindset, to know that whoever God created you to be, yes, it is enough.
Yes, because you've been fearfully and wonderfully created. Yes, we do go out of shape because of lifestyle as well. So let's be honest as well in that aspect, because I've been there, I'm there now at the moment, and I know that when I start implementing certain principles in my life, the fat starts shedding. I feel more mobile because there's no mobility with the muffin top at all. So, and it's just a simple thing like fastening your laces of your shoe becomes so much easier at the end of the day. So if we could just focus on the positive things of what strengthening your body does for yourself, for you and your life. And also just think about it, where you are working, that's your field of ministry. So if my body is healthy and fit, I'm so much more effective in my ministry field. And your ministry field is wherever God has placed you.
Yes, and where you are in your journey as a person as well. If you think about a mommy that just had a children, she has to get back into shape to actually be there for a child and sit on the floor and play with the child. Yes. And later on, to be next to the rugby field and walking up and down and be there for him or her. Absolutely. So you have to look at your body to actually be there for your children as well.
Absolutely.
We always like to end in something practical. What practical steps can you, maybe a first step for someone, can you give to us to move forward into strength, emotionally or physically?
Okay, so for me it is to commit to one habit that you decide on implementing into your life every day. And that could be as simple as wake up 5 to 10 minutes earlier in the morning and have a stretch routine, especially if you feel like you are stiff in your hips and in your joints and so forth. You can have a stretching routine. I've got this friend of mine, and I love what she does. She, every morning, and she's as old as I am, she does 20 jumping jacks, 20 split jumps, 10 push-ups, and 15 or 20 sit-ups. That's her routine. And she's strong and healthy, and she's happy with that. The first thing I would do is to commit to one healthy habit every day. Because once you've committed to that one healthy habit and it's become part of your routine, it's much easier to sustain it. Something like, for example, drinking water. If you look at water, make sure that I drink my 8 glasses of water every day. When I look at movement, maybe it could be something like awake 5 to 10 minutes earlier every morning, and I have a 10-minute fitness routine. The other thing is, and you can start implementing this immediately in your life, is basically park your car further in the parking lot. You've heard it so many times. And walk to where you need to be. And not just stroll. Go on a little fast pace walking. Take the stairs instead of the escalators. Small little things that you can start implementing in your life to enhance your strength and mobility. The other thing is not to focus on what you cannot do, but focus on what you can do, and then do it well. And then you add a little bit of resistance to that, and then you'll start seeing the results.
So maybe practical, someone that is sitting at his desk the whole day. What's practical for that person? I cannot move or go around the block or walk. What's practical for him or her to do there?
Okay, so what I would do for somebody sitting at a desk the whole day, because you must know, remember, hip flexors gets very lazy and weak as well. So just sitting at your desk, just for blood flow, just start doing some of these exercises at the desk as you sit. You know, every 1 minute of every hour, you can do one movement. Example, leg lifts, that you could just do this, keep your feet flexed, and just lift it up 5 or 10 times. And then you can even go in and out as well. And then just stretch. Stretching is so good from side to side. Other one is to really just stand up and sit down in your chair. And then do body twists as well. It's really not just to sit the whole day.
I've heard of people who are sitting on these big balls.
Oh, yes.
What can you do with that?
That is very, that's an awesome way to just work the core muscles as well. The thing is, you also need to keep focusing on your posture as well, because even sitting on the exercise ball, your posture can also become sloppy. Hunch back forward, just not really focusing on keeping your core tight and strong while you sit. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Let's ask Esther to give us a little bit more practical ideas.
The first one that I love to do is leg raises. It's very simple. You can still sit and work at your desk while you do the leg raises. Keep your feet flexed, and you can also extend it as well, just to get the calf muscles working as well.
And the leg raises, what muscles?
It works the quads over here. Then you can just also bring your legs in and out. It's not advisable if you wear a skirt to work though. So the other thing that you could do is just like really arm lifts for your shoulder muscles, and also just get moving, and twists. So come down and twist again up. I don't know what your colleagues would say if they see you do it. But it's really valuable just to do something while you are busy working as well.
That will get your brain going again as well.
Absolutely. It just gives a little bit of oxygen back to where it's needed. The other thing is that you could do is tricep dips. So
of course, yeah.
We all want to do a little bit of tricep dips. So you could do those at your desk. And you know what? You don't have to do a lot. 5 reps goes a long way if you do it throughout the day. So you can go to Google and you can go and find ideas of chair exercises to do. Things that will suit the environment where you find yourself in. isometric exercises is just as good. And I love doing this in the traffic. I'm busy driving along the way, and now I pull my core together. So basically, sucking it up, trying to hold a tennis ball in the middle of your abdomen. So keep it in there, and I breathe, because we don't want the ambulance to come along for some oxygen. So when you get to a red light, you contract, and then you breathe. So when the light is green, you can relax and go. So that is ideal for those crazy, busy mornings in traffic. And then you've done some core exercises, even just tensing up your muscles one by one as you are driving. When you're at the stop street or at a robot, just tense up your muscles, hold it for 10 seconds, and relax. It's simple things like that that makes a difference at the end of the day.
So that's again an example of being mindful.
Yes.
Being mindful of just moving,
Yes.
and now I don't have anything to do, so let's work on some sort of core exercise or
Yes.
something else, just to focus on some muscle in my body, just to help me there. Okay.
Exactly, because every moment that you contract your muscles as well is a moment where you are busy training your muscles. Every time that you stretch your neck while you're sitting at the desk is also just keeping that mobility, because how many times do we get home and our neck muscles are hurting because we've been sitting in a certain, all tensed up here, and then we get home and we relax. And just, so if we do have those moments where we do some stretches at the desk, it will help with less neck pain, joint pain, and so forth.
So it will help with stress at work. That's what you're telling me.
Yes, I do believe it could help for stress at work.
Okay. Of course, being mobile and doing your movements, it is important, but we shouldn't just cast away now actual exercise.
Yes.
So how often would you say we have to exercise, and how long?
So the general rule of thumb is 150 minutes a week. So you can break it up in 30-minute sessions. And it's not always how long you do the exercise. It's what you do in that 30 minutes, being intentional when you go and exercise in the time that you've set out for yourself. And also, what's your goal with exercise? Is it to tone up, strengthen, improve mobility, also lose weight? But we know that it's 100% effort. But we know that diet plays the biggest role in losing weight, and also in keeping the muscle mass, because so many times we go on fad diets and people lose muscle mass because they're not taking in enough protein.
Yes.
And even carbs. Carbs is not a bad thing at all.
Just the
because
right carbs.
But it's the right carbs, because your muscles do need the energy to execute the exercises.
Yes, because it's very important to really think right, to move right, to eat right.
Exactly.
All of those three plays a very important role.
Absolutely. Because if we eat right, we will think right. And the moment that we think right, we will want to move right as well.
Yes.
So what I also tell my clients is eat to nourish your body, but move to enhance it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here with us, Esther.
Thank you.
Movement is a powerful part of our wellness journey, and paired with balanced nutrition and kindness to yourself, it really becomes transformational. We'll see you next time on Health Focus. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until then, remember, small steps in the right direction still moves you forward.